There comes a moment when the noise becomes too loud to ignore. When every step you take feels crowded by the eyes of people who do not walk your path, who do not carry your weight, who do not bleed for your dreams. I remember standing in that moment myself, frozen between who I wanted to be and who the world expected me to be. And I realized something that shook me. I was living a life edited by other people. Every choice softened. Every desire shrunk. Every instinct questioned. Not because it was wrong, but because someone else might not approve. And one day, I asked myself a single question that changed everything. What happens if I finally stop caring about their opinions? This message is for anyone who has ever felt the pressure of eyes that judge too quickly and understand too little. For anyone who stays quiet when they want to speak. Who steps back when they want to move forward. Who hides parts of themselves because the crowd might not clap for it. I know that feeling. It burns. It tightens your chest. It makes you shrink inside your own life. And it steals time you cannot get back. This is not a story about rebellion for the sake of rebellion. It is a story about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. I want to take you into a moment that changed me. It was late evening, and I was staring at a decision I had postponed for months. Something small on the surface, but heavy in my mind. A choice I wanted to make, but feared people would question. I had rehearsed every criticism I imagined others would throw at me. Their voices became louder than my own. All I felt was tension. A knot in my stomach made from the strings of other people's expectations. I remember sitting in that dim room. The soft hum of the refrigerator in the background. The glow from the streetlights brushing against the wall. It was the kind of quiet that forces you to hear yourself. And what I heard was a simple truth. I was tired. Tired of molding myself to fit opinions that were never meant for my life. Tired of apologizing for wanting something different. Tired of handing over the steering wheel to people who were not traveling with me. The weight of their imagined reactions sat on my shoulders, and I realized something painful. I had been living to avoid disappointment, not to pursue joy. I had been trying to look right instead of trying to feel right. When you stop caring about opinions, the world does not suddenly become easier. It becomes clearer. The noise does not disappear, but its volume lowers. You start to see who is actually supporting you, and who was only supporting the version of you they liked. You discover how many decisions you made out of fear instead of desire. You notice how often you chose safety over authenticity. There is a strange kind of silence that fills the space where constant approval-seeking used to live. At first, that silence feels lonely. You might feel exposed, like you walked out into the open without armor. Because for so long, external opinion was your shield. Without it, you are just you. Raw. Unfiltered. Unprotected. But something beautiful happens in that vulnerability. You start hearing your true voice. Not the edited one. Not the polite one. The real one. And that voice is honest. It tells you what you actually want. It tells you what hurts and what heals. It tells you what to walk toward and what to walk away from. You begin to understand that your intuition is not something to be silenced. It is something to be followed. The turning point hits quietly, almost like the soft click of a lock finally opening. You wake up one morning and realize you no longer flinch at the thought of someone misunderstanding you. You no longer bend yourself to avoid whispers. You no longer seek a nod before you move. You understand that the opinions people throw at you are reflections of their story, not yours. Their fears. Their limitations. Their insecurities. Their doubts. For so long, you carried those reflections as if they were your own truth. But when you step back, you see the separation clearly. Their judgment does not define your direction. Their disbelief does not erase your potential. Their approval is optional, not fuel. And the most surprising part is this. When you stop caring about opinions, you do not become reckless. You become responsible. You start making choices aligned with your real identity. You begin saying yes to the things that pull you forward and no to the things that drain you. You stop performing. You start living. You realize that freedom is not found in the absence of judgment. It is found in the absence of permission-seeking. And that's where it all changes. When you choose yourself again. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.